around, maybe your bathroom,
Drain.
that kitchen sink. When was the last time that you really cleaned out those drains? Maybe you have waited because now everything's backing up and you know you've got a clog. I'm running out to the store to buy the classic drain cleaners that I'm using the whole bottle, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
And it's bad for
He
you.
educated me on what's actually happening in the pipes. Okay, this is where SuperFast Max concentrated drain powder comes in because it's activated by hot water. You only need a very little bit. What is this, quadruple the applications?
It's more than 5 times the amount.
More than 5 times.
Okay, here, let's specify, okay? Because if you're used to that drain cleaner that y'all know and love by my dad, it's the liquid form. You love it, you gave it 5-star reviews. It gets you up to 6 applications. This right here, 36 applications, that's more than 5 times the applications of the liquid drain cleaner that you're used to. It gets the job done effectively, it's economical, and it's definitely not bad for your drain lines. So SuperFast Max is industry leading when it comes to opening your drain lines. Take an application, put it into a cup of hot water. Look at this degreasing technology right here. Pour half of the application down the drain. You don't need the whole application. There's about as much as I can fit. It has an accelerated formula.
Look at this.
It starts to work in seconds.
Literally seconds, it's moving.
Right there. Oh my God, you see the bugs?
It's like emulsifying.
Look at the hair.
Emulsifying.
Yeah, okay, so here, it's called saponify.
Saponify is the word.
What happens here is it turns the food into foam, it breaks down the hair into foam, all the dirt, grease, and oil in the drain line breaks down into foam. We call that saponify. So that foam breaks down into liquid. You give that 10 minutes to happen, then you run hot water for about 5 minutes. The drain lines come back squeaky clean. And let me feel it. Every time you do it.
No heat.
No heat.
Nothing.
Oh, you're so smart.
I've done this with him before, and I was so blown away by what is happening. Okay, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Heat up the
How
drain
many
lines.
times have you used these? The fact that I didn't even realize that, it's actually heating up that pipe as well, so I didn't even realize it was potentially doing so much damage to the pipe, where I might have to call a plumber, and then I'm out hundreds of dollars because I was just trying to unclog my drain. That's wild.
What she was just telling you, I'm just going to reiterate. Products like these are highly corrosive. You buy that at any one of the home stores or depots. Products like these may contain acid, bleach, ammonia, animal fats. They tell you to pour half this bottle down the drain. Think about it. That's a lot of chemicals that's going down the drain line. 90% of the chemicals trickle, ooze, and they creep and they get right past the clog. It all ends up down here at this curve unit.
Nothing's happening. Can you see? Nothing is happening. Nothing's moving.
And it smells. It's choking me up.
It doesn't do anything.
This curve unit is designed to hold fluids, to keep odors from coming back up into the house, but the chemicals are sitting there, and that's where they start to build the heat. That's where you usually get a crack in your drain line right there. I want to be fair and give this a shot. We see nothing's happening. It smells so bad. Let's come back to that about a minute here and come on over to test.
We'll give it some time. Maybe it'll do something.
Test tube number 3. You ready for this? You at home, let's do it a little different. Start to count to yourself right now.
This is our product. This is the Professor Amos
SuperFast Max.
This is the SuperFast Max right here, the drain powder.
You see? Not even 10 seconds. 10 seconds or less, Rebecca.
2 seconds, it started moving.
Already, it's starting to break down last week's food, last month's food, even last year's food. It's hardened and solidified. Hardened and solidified on the inside of the drain. It's breaking it down into foam like it's designed to do. My dad's Professor Amos, and he always taught me growing up. He said, son, above all things, I want you to get understanding. Let the product do the work so you don't have to. Work smarter, not harder. No need to grab a plunger or a snake and put any kind of wear and tear on the inside of the drain.
It did everything. It completely saponified, which I thought was emulsified, but it literally saponified everything. So I shed all the time. I've got pet hair, right? Think about your laundry room sink. The pet hair, your hair, all that buildup. You're starting to get those yucky fruit flies. I can't even believe what's growing inside of your drain. Maybe you've tried, you know, the everyday box store one in the past. Get this home to see the difference. 30 days you have. Try it, see what we're talking about. Once you try this, you're never gonna wanna go back. Once you know something, I tell my husband, once I know something, babe, I can't unknow it. So once you become educated about what you're actually using, the everyday products, you can't go back. I mean, you can't even look at the difference you're seeing physically, but just to know, you gotta get this home because we slashed the price. We're giving you even more, 5 times the amount in the concentrate. And this is going to not only maintain, but really get rid of those built up grease and maybe something you've left for months and now it's starting to back up on you.
Let me tell you what happened. We used this. We were waiting for it to go to work. Nothing happened. So I went right over top of that with our Professor Amos. Okay.
Finish the job.
This red bottle, it actually tells you on the back, don't mix chemicals because they don't want you to have a bad chemical reaction.
Right.
We have an innovative drain cleaning method. There's no acid in here. There's no ammonia. So I can go right over top of the standing chemicals. And with that accelerated formula, it went to work right away and broke it down. So everything's been suspended free from the inside of the drain line. It's all been broken down by being saponified. Now you run hot water, Rebecca, and run it for up to 5 minutes, and that drain line comes back squeaky clean. Look at that. So everything passes right through the drain. No more drain gases, no more drain odors coming back up on you. Everything's been completely saponified.
Saponified, just gone. You're seeing it right here in this great visual too to see what's actually happening. But think about how bad it can get, and then you are having to call a plumber. And that's hundreds of dollars, maybe 100 or so, just to get them through your door.
Just the service call is $100.
Exactly. The service call in and of itself. So maybe you've tried all of the other products out there. You literally are using the whole bottle, at least half a bottle just for one drain, and you're really not seeing a difference. Or a couple weeks later, you realize, why didn't that thing work? I'm clogged once again. Give Professor Amos this SuperFast Max Concentrated Drain Powder a chance. We've shown you here, but sometimes you just got to get it home to see it, to believe it. We took the price down for you, $37.99. That's $12.66 to get home. Get it home for $12 and change. You have 30 days to literally turn around all the drains inside of your home. We got to show them how many applications this works really quick. 25 applications.
25 times you can open the drain lines. 25 times you can maintenance the drain lines. You don't have to wait for the clog. Be proactive. Because we always say here at HSN, it's not if.
It's when.
It's when. You're going to have the clog.
It is when. So think about that laundry room one. Think about the kitchen sink one that you have maybe a double sink, and a lot of times the food gets caught up on that other side.
Yes, it does.
That's me. So grab it now while you can. The deal's amazing. We've more than quadrupled the size for you. $12 and change to get it home and try it. You have 30 days. If you don't see what we've been showing you, send it back. Where else are you gonna do that?
So I gotta establish this right here. This is known as the dirtiest place in your whole house. This is the inside of the drain line of the kitchen sink. Look how bad it is.
That's horrible.
There's over 500,000 particles of bacteria per square inch in the drain line of the kitchen sink. You gotta eliminate that because that's where the fruit flies and all that are coming back.
That's why you keep seeing that.
They're feeding, and they don't die, they multiply.
Oh gosh.
Okay?
Oh gosh.
This big hunk of oil byproduct right here, this represents all that hardened and solidified grime. This represents last week's food, last month's food, or even last year's food. There's about half of that cup of that application there. Watch what happens next. Well, you're gonna see within 10 seconds or less, it's already going to work with that accelerated formula. Within a matter of 10 minutes, you're gonna hear the drain lines burping and gurgling, and inevitably you're gonna hear that that suction sound when the drain starts to go down. It's a lifesaver. Last week's food, last month's food, even last year's food is hardened and solidified. It breaks all that down in the foam.
So it's not just pushing it out right through the drain. A lot of times that's what I'm thinking with your everyday, right? It's just getting it enough to push it out of the drain. No, it's actually breaking it down first, then it's moving it out. So we don't have to worry about any of that coming back up or once again building up. And that's what I love about this. That's the education I got from Professor Amos, and now I can never go back because once you know it, you can't unknow it. Look at that, the worst of the worst. Built up grease and grime. Oh, your showers is wonderful because you shed. Think about, you know, all the shaving you're doing, all of the shampooing and your hair getting all gunked up in there along with all of that soap scum. Use this in your bathtubs and showers. Use this in your everyday, you know, where you're washing dishes in the kitchen sink, your bathroom, you know, your shave. My husband makes a whole like bathtub, shaves, it all gunks up. This is where you're gonna use it in your bathroom too.
Yeah, so we have one of the only hair dissolving formulas in the country. So if you have pet hair, human hair, anything like that built up in your drain line, our SuperFast Max will break that down into foam. But I wanna establish this. There's no job too big or too small when it comes to SuperFast Max. I'm gonna do a side-by-side here. Test tube number 2. This is the consumer product that you see at the store all the time, and let me show you what's happening. So,
okay, can you talk about, you used that a long time ago, so this was a lot more
that was
you
a lot
just
more.
used comparatively to the concentrate.
Right on, and look at this over here. So you pour that whole bottle down the drain of the consumer product, the chemicals go down to the lowest point, and they start to sit there, and when they're sitting there, they're building heats of up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hot enough to crack your drain line. So whenever, like, listen to this, when things start to heat up, they start to expand. When things expand, it starts coming back up into the bathroom sink or the tub or any one of the drains that you have at home. You don't want that's coming back up on you. But meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Well, it's defeating the purpose. Meanwhile, look at what's going on in the last 15 seconds or so.
That is our proprietary formula right there. That is the one that doesn't create the heat. That's the one that doesn't have the acid or the ammonia. That's the one that turns everything into foam. That's my dad's proprietary formula, SuperFast Max. All the major facilities use it, the hotels, the motel, the Holiday Inn, janitorial supply, the casinos.
Because once you know, you can't unknow. And we're working smarter, not harder here. Stop spending so much money on those products. I'm speaking to the choir because I buy these and they just don't work. So grab this. We're going to give you 36 applications with this concentrate. So normally you had about 25 or so applications, or I'm sorry, how many applications prior to making it into this powder?
So
we quadrupled it, more than quadrupled it.
So the liquid form.
The liquid form.
Yeah, that's a 32-ounce bottle that gets you up to 6 applications.
Up to 6.
Okay, this right here, my goodness.
This is 36.
5 times the applications that you're used to.
So yes, so grab this product right here. We're gonna show you how many times. Just think about all the sinks in your house. You don't have to stop just at the kitchen sink where you're doing all that heavy duty, you know, cooking and the grease is building up and the food particles. I'm talking about the bathtub, all of that hair. And think about your, you know, your bathroom sinks and your laundry areas too, your laundry sinks.
Yeah, so I wanna show you here real quick. I missed that, I wanted to establish this. If you take a good look at the inside of your shower drain, you'll see it's coated with hair. Reason being, it's very oily and sticky from all the fats, oils, and greases. You take a shower one time, the hair goes down and clings to the walls, and it starts to build and build and build till there's a nest of hair that's completely choking out the drain lines. I want to show you this bowl of hair right here. We have one of the only hair dissolving formulas in the country that we know of here at HSN. There's a partial application. Now I want to show you a time lapse because it takes 10 minutes for this hair to turn into foam. 10 minutes. Pet hair, human hair, fuzz, lint, fur, it all breaks down into foam. That is the innovative way. That's our Professor Amos turning the hair into foam. We call that saponify. Saponifies the hair.
Is that a word in the dictionary?
It is.
I love that.
Saponify is in there. And that's the term when our proprietary formula comes in contact with anything oiled by, that's the reaction. It's called saponify.
It's amazing. So it's not just like pushing all that gunk out of your drains. It's breaking it down and then getting rid of it, okay?
That's right.
And we're going to more than quadruple the amount of applications. All you need is just a little bit of the powder. You're gonna activate it with some hot water and gets going on all of those sinks, all of those built up gunky areas. And then you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, is this going to break down my pipes and then I'm gonna have to call a plumber and I'm gonna be out hundreds of dollars. Stop wasting your money on all the other stuff out there.
And I gotta let you know, we didn't talk about it yet, but this is safe for any kind of drain lines you have at home. So if you have an older home, a newer home, apartment, a condo, you live in an association, no acid, no ammonia. So you can use this in the septic tank, you can use it in the boat tank, the RV tank. Trust me, I have a fifth wheel toy hauler camper. I use it in the black tank and the gray tank. Never a problem. It gets the job done effectively and economically. It doesn't hurt your drain lines. It turns it all into foam. So what you just saw, if you're just tuning in, SuperFast Max is industry leading when it comes to, come on over to test tube number 2 here so I can show you one more time and explain it. SuperFast Max is industry leading when it comes to opening your drain lines, but it's not a drain opener, it's a drain cleaner. What that means is it will open the drain line, but it cleans the drain line squeaky clean where there's nothing sticky or oily left behind to attract a new clog. Now what it's designed to do is it turns the hair into foam, it breaks down the grease into foam, all the oil, even that bug mat, if you look close, the bugs in there, it turns that into foam, and we call that saponify.
Okay, you told me this is our dirtiest place, right, in our entire homes. All of those drain lines from our sinks and our bathtubs and our showers. I mean, to know what could be living in there, all of those bugs, we need a product that's actually going to break it all down, eat it all up, then get rid of it. That is what the SuperFast Max is in the concentrated powder. Grab it today. We don't have enough to put this on auto ship, so lock it in while we have it. We actually took the price down. It's normally $46. You've got 36 applications. It's a game changer. All right, we're running out of time. Your item number is 872.